What's up, gang? Let's do this. Okay, we're here. Getting ready to do another one. This one's impromptu, but I felt like it was worthy. Taurus. Here we go. As I get geared up, I would like for you guys to obviously like this video. If you're brand new, hit the subscribe. Where is my camera? Are we here? Okay, we're over here. Uranus in Taurus. It has conjunct the sun. I believe that this happened at 14 degrees. And I would like to break down what that means. In order to do that, I want to just tap us in. Whether you're watching this on live or replay, open your chest, pick up your posture. I want each one of your breaths to get quieter and quieter. And not only should I not hear your breath because you're not on the other side of the screen, but you shouldn't hear your breath either. As you transmute this sound through the speaker, through the airwaves, I want you to literally digest the sweet serenity and the harmony that this sound takes you through. And right now I'm just scanning my body. Okay. My body's senses told me that I need to stay up top. Potentially from all of the computer use today. It's pretty insane how much technology I've had within me. Understand that what Uranus does in a sense of upgrades in the human body is it brings our senses to a level where we quantum leap and we couldn't possibly begin to understand what is actually happening at a molecular level. But Uranus and Taurus will, at a molecular level, upgrade our body. Notice some of their sounds, it says, no, right here, a little quieter, not as hard. And all of this, with Jupiter in Pisces, has expanded our spiritual awareness of our energetic field and our Taurus field so much that we were able to, if we listen, calibrate. That was one right there. It said, stop here. Bring it back. Relax the shoulders down. Welcome to the Uranus and Taurus. Please like this button and thumbs up on this. I'm going to give you some sauce. But because it is Taurus season, I need to eat some of this deliciousness. Look at this. Oh my God. Pecans, golden raisins, craisins, some jam, some apricot jam and some grape jam. A little bit of Brazilian nuts and some honey drizzle on top with flax seeds. Okay, what does Uranus and Taurus conjunct the sun mean? I would like to see if it's actually 14 degrees like I thought. And it was. Okay. So today we're kind of moving away from that conjunction, from that tensity. 2020 on screen right now. This is the master number 22. And it's exactly what this conjunction has done, as well as having understand Neptune and Pisces at play. This is the imagination. Jupiter has expanded our consciousness enough to actually not really understand what the imagination of a Pisces is, if I'm being honest, but so much more. Are we willing to accept that we don't understand, which allows us to understand? This is the master number 22 I saw when I saw 2020. Now this is the imagination part. Taurus is the physical reality, which is an entirely different part. We need to be able to take our dreams and bring them down to earth. We need to manifest the metaphysical bag. If you're really a Taurus and you want to, or you're not a Taurus, what you need to do and understand about Taurus is the opposite is Scorpio. So because the opposite is Scorpio, Scorpio creates from utter darkness, the metaphysical space, alternate realities, alternate dimensions. Primarily, I want to say realities is more of a Pisces thing, but because Neptune is in Pisces and it makes sextiles and trines to all of this Neptune and Jupiter and Mars energy in Pisces. Wow, did I just get $10 on there? That's crazy. I just got that feature unlocked today. I've never seen that before. Whoever that was, I don't even know who you were. Thank you tremendously. That was pretty dope. Wow, that was the first time. Which actually brings me into what's going to happen today. We're going to talk about what has been manifested as you stepped into that new identity, Aries, new moon, and you're grounded into understanding that you are worthy and you are absolutely the shiznits. You then bring yourself to allowing your attitude to change, which was when Gemini happened, Moon in Gemini. Your attitude has completely changed, and you've went through as an individual the understanding that you're just creative and unique. You're like a 7 to 8 year old at this point, and you're like, all right, look, I really don't give a fart. My favorite example is when a little kid tells you you stink. It's like, I say this because it's happened to me. My little sister tells me I stink at times. Like, thank God on this trip home, I didn't get it. She's like 16 now, but since she was young, she used to be like, brother, you stink. You need to take a shower. I used to be like, what? It's the honesty, truth of a 7 to 8 year old kid, Gemini. So you've changed your attitude. You don't really care what the cool kids think. You are the cool kid. You don't really care what the popular kids think. You are the popular kid because you're divergent. Because you're divergent, it makes you cool, right? So your attitude has shifted, and now the moon is in Cancer today, which after the stage of your actual identity getting grounded and then shifting in attitude and your perception and how you see some of the small scale stuff, not big scale yet, because that would be Sagittarius, which are not there yet, but some of the small scale stuff, what this does then is brings you into understanding why emotional intelligence as an individual is important, so that as you're now 16 years old, Cancer, you can't really allow these mean girls to play you for something less than what you are, and they will trick and befool you just so that they can gain more popularity. Now, I had to bring you through that moon shift and cycle so that you can understand what I say next. Excuse me. Uranus going conjunct at 14 degrees is all about the degree of Taurus as well, but it's the middle ground. It's not the beginning of Taurus and first decan. It's the second decan in Taurus, which means what? You're not at the beginning stages anymore of knowing what you're worth. You're in the stage where you're full scale in the decision to plan. Because what comes next, the third decan of Taurus, which is not there yet, but right now it's in the middle. It's second decan, right? It's like smack almost in the middle. 15 would be like the middle, but 14.5, whatever. As Uranus continues to grow, by time it's like in the second decan, aka 20 to 21 degrees. Wow, you felt the energy? That's just next level. Ooh-wee. How can I say like thank you to this person? Oh, it's Shiraka. What's going on, Secret Balance? I don't... Oh, okay. Secret is now a moderator of your channel. Okay, Secret. I just made you a moderator of the channel. Thank you for your donation. I've heard you talk about it. Whenever I see Fatima on here, Fatima, if you're here, I want you to make a comment. If I catch you live, I would like to make you a moderator as well. I don't even know what that means or what it does, but the both of you have been doing such a thing anyways. Today I just broke 2,000 subscribers today. I'll be here. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Looks like you have a little wrench now by your name. Wow, I'm learning YouTube. This is really cool. Apparently me breaking 2,000 subscribers today allowed people to donate and me to have moderators, I guess. What's dope about that is this is Uranus and Taurus for me. Resources, second house. I can give you live examples of how this has upgraded my personal life. Okay. For me, YouTube is a tool. YouTube is a tool. Right? It's a resource. It's something that I use. Opposite of second house as a resource is what you gain in the 8th house from others. What does that mean? Second house, 8th house, we need to understand more right now because Scorpio is 8th house, Taurus is second house. We're going back and forth. We're going back and forth between second house and 8th house. This is what you have for your own individual money, where you don't need anybody else, what you have for your own individual, not just finances, but you have to account for your home, you know, the base, the foundation. You have the base, the foundation of the home is also the family, right? So it's like this is where you build your family. You have the family already operating and pushing forward as a family in the 4th house. But the second house is the base where you're building a family. So Uranus and Taurus is giving you quantum upgrades in your actual body. Well, now with the moon being in Cancer, it's like you intuitively have the psychic ability to essentially guide you only through intuition of what this quantum upgrade looks like, because it's happening at such a molecular level that you really can't, I mean this, you can't understand how much with this particular conjunction you have just evolved. You've literally evolved at like warp speed. I want you to think of yourself just going through a black hole, coming out the other side and just not knowing where you're at. This is the equivalent of what just happened with Uranus conjunct the sun. But the difference is Taurus is still a physical body, which means what? Oh, what does that mean? It means that some of this quantum leap of your intuition, of your actual dreams coming into physical manifested reality, you really can't grasp how good this was for you and how much it has brought you closer to the space of harmony. Most people on my channel have wanted to somehow, some way alleviate suffering. They've been in pain. They've suffered somehow because they either have a lack of money or they had someone broke their heart and they couldn't recognize that they rather have their heart built up. Some way, shape, or form, there's been a lack of unconditional love, whether given to you or a lack of unconditional love that you're unable to give to another because you've been scarred and burned. Uranus and Taurus are going to put your worth back into you so much where no one can really break your heart anymore. No one can really stop or limit your financial decisions because Taurus is I have. And right now, during this season of the sun being in Taurus, we realize that I have so much more than what you're giving yourself credit for. But you also realize that what I have, you realize what you have right now is starting to come from invisible blessings. Today is a prime example. Today, I just unlocked the feature to get a donation. That was just such a surprise. I'm like, oh shit, somebody donated. So what I'm going to say is, if anybody else wants to donate, go ahead. Today's day one. It's a great day to do it. It's a great day to do it. I would appreciate it tremendously, obviously. But it was hidden to me. I really didn't know about this prior. Now, I'm second house Capricorn. My North Node is Capricorn, second house. Neptune, and I'm missing a planet. Neptune and Uranus, duh. So because Uranus just went over the second house, what happened today? Today I actually deposited money. I didn't know it was coming, but I deposited it. Yesterday I deposited money, and the day tomorrow I deposit money. 1, 2, 3, those is not on my radar. So, but what am I saying, and why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because part of one of my special abilities and what I've had to change my attitude about the Gemini moon is I need to talk about more financial measures. Thank you for whoever just signed up for the event that's coming. I'm running and hosting Angelic Reiki. I'm going to actually be calling on Archangel Michael to help us close some karmic doors that are, quite frankly, way too big for you to close on your own. I'm going to be honest, and I say this with all due respect. I say this not to play somebody, because understand, I'm not closing the door either. I just know how to hold the space as the vessel for Archangel Michael to close these big ass doors, because I can't close your doors either. But if something sounds interesting to you, for the eclipse, this lunar eclipse event, I'm going to host. That was 5/5 on screen. That was pretty cool. Big change. This lunar eclipse event's going to be a big change. It's actually pinned up in the comments. So I don't know if somebody from this live chat just registered, but thank you also for that thumbs up. I just saw somebody drop the thumbs up. You're dope. I want to talk about this. I want to give live examples in my own personal life. Here's one. I have a Cancer in the 8th house. Okay. So 8th house is other people's resources, other people's homes. And that's one example right there. Right now, for this month of May 1st, I was living in Mexico for 2 months prior. 1 month prior to that, I was actually staying with my father for 4 months. Okay. And right now, for this 23 days, I was staying in Arkansas, but now I'm staying in Connecticut. I'm using the homes of my family, Cancer, my family's home, in order for me to not pay rent in between, where I don't need to own a home in the countries that I live in. I just need to be willing to adjust and flex and use the resources that have been given to me. Uranus and Taurus has upgraded me in a quantum level where, as this eclipse comes to a close, it brings us all back to 7/7 on screen, 2014. What was happening in my life in 2014? A lot of things. Check my Jupiter in Aries video, where I talked a lot about that, of what happened in 2014. Also, if you're a Scorpio rising, you can check the individual video, which is still pretty valid, where I had a dream of me marrying my ex. That's another prime example of YouTube being a resource. Quantum leaps in Uranus and Taurus. One of my resources took the quantum leap where I think maybe I just went up about 200 subscribers today. But it was definitely more on some faded shit, right? Because why? This last video I did it with Scorpio rising about this dream, this prophetic dream that I just had where I married my ex, and I was taking rides with 2 astrologers, the Peace Dealer being one of them, and Kapil another, probably the first that I've studied under as a young student astrologer, were bringing me to the drums, aka celebration. My spirit was ahead of me. Neptune in Pisces is giving our imagination the foresight of events that has not yet happened nor to come, where we intuitively have been able to, when Jupiter conjunct in Pisces when Jupiter in Pisces had conjunct Neptune in Pisces, we were actually able to expand our understanding, because Pisces is I understand as well as I dream. I'm getting warm. So our spiritual consciousness expanded enough for us as humans. We were able to basically take on and not really dissect, but take on part of the upgrades of what an interdimensional being who is ethereal in essence, Pisces, is able to do in the sense of comprehending more than 160 senses that a human being used to be able to activate. Now we have devolved to only 5 senses. Now, have we really devolved to 5 senses? No. Have scientists understood that we've only had 5 senses in modern day and time? Yes. Uranus is science? Yes, it's Aquarius. It's cosmic intelligence, intelligence from the future itself. Okay, what does that mean? Boom. Uranus and Taurus science has now officially brought us to a point where we don't need someone with a test tube in their hand to tell us what we can and we cannot do. The difference is this is all invisible, and it's our ability to see into our private skill set, our private parts of our soul. Cancer, the soul, right? Like 4th house Cancer, it's private. So part of that soul of ours, parts that stay unconscious, but that's more Scorpio. So more of the soul, a powerful soul, an ancient ancestral soul. Cancer is linked to the ancestors. We have access to all of the rights that each of our ancestors have had access to. Hello, Kelly. How you doing? This is what the Cancer moon has revealed and shown us. It has shown us that we have a 12th house invisible support system coming in the form of family that has laid the concrete in the foundation before us. Which means what? That includes not only their wealth. What the hell was that? See what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing things that's not there anymore. This is what I mean. I know nothing was there, but I saw something move for sure. This is what I mean. Our senses are no longer 5 senses. Science can only prove up to today. There's 5 senses. Now, if you talk to the right scientists, they will tell you, no, we've devolved from at least 160 senses, as an example. Jupiter in Pisces has given us the expanded consciousness on that conjunction with Neptune in Pisces to use our imagination. That was a part of my imagination, seeing that. Earlier on one of my lives, a woman said that she heard elephants. And she's like, oh, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know where the hell that came from. And I was like, no, you did hear elephants. She might have been able to hear those elephants all the way from Thailand. And it's one of her ways where her spirit, her soul, with all its Pisces energy, has access as an ethereal being who can transcend every boundary. It does not see physical boundaries. So you can literally, or this woman, for an example, with this Uranus upgrade, you can literally now make the decision to decide that I have the ability to, what is she heard, to hear, one of the 5 senses, hearing, that she has the ability to hear an elephant from Thailand who was warning her of the coming abundance, one of the spiritual meanings of an elephant. Or, more likely, the elephant also has a destructive feminine-like property to it, where it can create an obstacle that was not there. Pisces, who can shift their imagination and their mind into a complete alternate reality and just jump out of time and space on the human plane for just a little bit. And then you go, Jamie, are you listening to me? And then she goes, yeah, I'm here. I heard everything you said, which technically her human self did, while her soul or her spirit was in a complete different realm. So you would be able to hear that elephant, is my point. And you can go to this next realm, this next dimension, this next reality, and you can bring that information in a sense back here to warn yourself of the coming abundance, or warn yourself of the obstacle that you have yourself put in the way. This isn't the government putting an obstacle in the way. It's you putting this bill in your way to prepare you so that you can make sure that you are foundationally strong and stable enough before the real threat comes 2 months later when it's time to pay your taxes. It just prepared you to have to go into your email, put an obstacle in your way. You get annoyed up front, but in reality, this is your own divinity working at its finest for you. Can y'all drop some comments and let me know what you feel about that? Let me know what you think. As I check him in right now. I'm going to check him in right now and take my sweater off. 1 second. Hey Kelly, how you doing? J-Lo, what's up? J-Lo, we got that astral therapy session coming soon, and that's really, really dope. I'm glad. I saw you ask for the witchcraft kit, by the way. You might have to check your promotions folder or your updates folder. But it'll come in the form of a PDF. Sometimes it just doesn't go to your right folder. Anybody else that wants that same PDF, it's right here. It's free. It's free. I heard her friend's dad speak to me. That J-Lo, that seems like it has an interesting story. I smelled popcorn with extra butter earlier driving home. So that could be like something like, yo, you know that the Doctor Strange movie is coming out, 8/8 on screen. And you're like preparing, your future self knows, and it brings that excitement back. Because Uranus is futuristic, it's progressive, okay? And it strikes like lightning. So in this personal conjunction, what I like to remember about lightning and put out there is this. Lightning strikes the ground first, and then it shoots up when we, with our physical eyes, can see the flash. That's how I like to think of Uranus. And Uranus runs storms, okay? Especially the big ones. And those big storms happen when, as a reflection of what's happening in the metaphysical world. Haven't seen you since high school. Alexandra the Queen. Is that Alexandra with the twin? You got the twin? Is that who I'm thinking about, Alexandra? Do you have a twin? Haven't seen you in high school, but I'm loving this vibration you're on. I've been a tarot reader since 2016. I'm becoming more spiritual by the day. So you just brought me to something that I want to talk about. Anybody that's on here, I am pretty much taking on board like resident energy healers. So I don't have all the healing abilities in the world. I got a lot, but not them all. And even with the ones that I have, part of my Saturn and Aquarius duty, okay, with this King Kunks going on, Aquarius is kind of dolo right now. Like in February, it was strong. It was running your ass in the dirt, right? But now, Aquarius is dolo, and they're having a King Kunks between all this Taurus energy and more. So, what am I saying? My Saturn Aquarius third house is to use people. My networks, my connections, extend it. All of y'all listening and watching. Y'all all have your own abilities. You all have your own vibrations. You all have your own skill sets. And I've been taking on energetic and resident healers where, you know, you have a service. Whether they're same or different than mine, you have a service. Okay, you read tarot, great. You got some links where your clients and your people book, awesome, even better. You have an event that you're running and you potentially want to promote it, I'm happy. What I would like to use this platform for as it continues to grow as well. I thank you all for those likes and those thumbs up. Boom, I see a medium, a spirit medium. Awesome. I would love to have people like you come on live with me. And I mean it. I mean, it's just that serious. Quite frankly, but when you come, I want you to come correct, okay? In the way that Saturn, in a sense, would require or want you to come, with the systems, with the stuff ready. So what am I saying? Like, for like YouTube posts, when I do create posts and stuff, like I would like to post like a flyer that you made on Canva to promote something like, hey, here's this candle gazing magic technique. Gaze at the candle for 30 seconds. Step 1. Set your intention. Step 2. Allow oil to leak down and these are your fears dripping away. Step 3. And then you finish off by saying a prayer over the candle. Whatever. So you made a flyer like that. I want to post that flyer on my YouTube community page and then promote your work by you sending me some links. So let's make that happen. I want to keep building this. This has been my dream forever. The Institute of Life. Hey, what's up, Kelsey? How you doing, Kelly? Mad love. Is this placement in your birth chart he's talking about? No, right now I'm just talking about the actual transit. Nothing in particular. And I'm going to get back to that transit talk because this is a big conjunction. It's legendary, quite frankly. Since earlier, I have been on the astral plane checking traps and helping spirits pass through. We need to go beneath the pyramids, P. Yeah. I was talking about beneath the Vatican earlier today with some, or yesterday with some friends. You wanna go to the most illegal place in the world? Go underneath the Vatican, one of the biggest tourist sites in the world, and watch what happens. You'll never make it back up alive. So Kelly, I want you to reach out to me. I want you to send me an email. I'm going to get you my WhatsApp number. I see you're a spirit healer and a medium and a tarot reader. Good. I would like to activate our relationship and have you possibly come on here as a spirit medium. You want to learn more about astrology? Take an astro therapy session with me. And I'll teach you astrology by you learning your own chart. There's no better way than learning your own chart, Alexandra. When you learn your own chart first, it becomes easy to start recognizing certain consistencies with other people's charts. Go figure, hearing somebody in your ear. Yeah, so you can also you can book a link down below. It's like astro therapy, and I'll teach you your chart. So you're gonna get like a double whammy, and then from there you'll be able to learn what you're looking for and what you're looking at. Okay, let me reset, and let me get back on program. Dope. Alexandra, I'm still curious. Are you the one from the? I just saw Now today. I was walking. I'm home in the neighborhood, and I just saw Now. I remember Now Benjamin. Nyal. Crazy. Just saw Now. All right. Thank you for those thumbs up. Thank you all for those donations. Literally just unlocked it today. That to me is so cool. I was never be able to get a donation today in secret. You just surprised me with that. We should go into the pyramids. This conjunction, what else is it about? What does it mean? Let's get into it. And also ask me questions. I want to include you. This is why I like to have y'all come to the events. You'll see one pinned up at the top, the Angel Reiki. I'm going to be calling on Archangel Michael to help us close some karmic doors for this eclipse in Scorpio. And these doors are fat, okay? You have to understand the Scorpio's doors are like, it stands out like the gates of hell. And it's the guardian of the heart chakra. So it's like between hell and the human world, but the heart chakra is the bridge in the middle. We have the South Node in Scorpio, which means what? Everywhere, everybody needs to look at where Scorpio and Taurus sits in your chart to understand how Uranus might impact you directly. Okay, let me tell you about me. I would also talk about second house and eighth house, and where those sit in your chart to see how Uranus will impact you directly. That's how you're going to better understand how Uranus and Taurus conjunct the Sun and Taurus will impact you as an individual, so that you can better show up on the world stage as a spiritual healer, as a medium, as a psychic, as a tarot reader, as an astrologer, as a prophet in your own way. Dope. Glad to see it, Kelly. Yeah, I really rock with the angels. Honestly, the angels joint, um, something with Saturn and Aquarius. Okay. So, Saturn has to do with, this is about Pluto and Capricorn as well. I'm going to break this down. A lot of angel workers, let's say specifically, or angel whisperers who focus on like angelic Reiki. Like for me, this just got activated, quite frankly, like in February. Angelic Reiki just got activated in February. Thank you, Sir Jai Mito. Well, to me, this is really cool. This is literally one of the things about Uranus and Taurus. This is what I'm talking about. My Uranus is in the second house of Capricorn. Okay. I've been constructing and building YouTube for years. I started out with this dream at least 5 to 6 years ago. To be honest, I only took it tremendously serious about 2020 in the quarantine. I took it serious. I made a plan. I created a foundation. Everybody that started their, especially their, if you start your spiritual business specifically, right? Like I've been running my actual business for the last 5 years, and it kind of started backdoor 6 years ago. But for only the last 2 years was I really in the space of spiritual business. In the beginning, it was like personal development. I was like watching a lot of people on YouTube, and in a sense, like copying content and trying to make it my own in the space of personal development, like Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins a little bit in that mix, but more Jim Rohn, his mentor, because I was like, I don't want Tony Robbins, I want Tony Robbins' mentor. I need to get where I need to go faster. Uranus, I need to get there like lightning. But the last 2 years, 2020, it's been like on the space of like spirituality, right? And the magic is we go ahead, we built that foundation. Uranus and Taurus will now have you realize with the eyes, the nose, so you can smell it, you can hear it, you can feel it in your body. It becomes a part of your body's intuition of how evolved you are. How well are you able to take Neptune in Pisces and the consciousness of Jupiter in Pisces and actually implement it into your body? Oh crap, my bad, guys. I forgot my mic under my. Somebody talk to me. Keep me informed. I took my hoodie off. I didn't put the thing back on. Here's what this is about. And here's what's being required. There's been a lot of 10th house Pisces going on, which means what? We're able to literally take our dream and be known for something. Tarot reader, medium, astrologer, whatever it is. This is guaranteed the rise of spirituality in the sense of business owners being respected for their more etheric practices. But Uranus and Taurus is allowing us to take literally this more futuristic DNA and integrate it into our molecular system to actually upgrade our entire body, because Taurus is the body, and our throat, our expression, for speaking confidently, boldly, with full security of I have the right, I deserve to speak. Throat chakra, Taurus. Spirituality. I deserve to communicate my creative expressions. Watch by time the moon goes into Leo, like tomorrow. This shit's epic. It's epic because now you no longer care what your uncle says. Of, oh, I don't believe in that spiritual crap. You no longer care about what your girlfriend says. No, I'm a Muslim and I can't really follow this. You don't really care what your teacher said 15 years ago. You better get an education and get a 9-to-5 job so you can take care of your family. You don't care about any of that anymore. You just feel worthy about going ahead and getting out there and speaking your truth. And I don't like to kill the word spiritual truth, but I'm going to say it because it's simple sometimes. Like spiritual truth, you're willing to speak and feel deserving, which is a key word. Like if you feel like you deserve in the chat to speak, I want to say your spiritual truth. I want you to type I deserve to speak my spiritual truth in the chat. Why? Because we're a community, we're a tribe, and together we have the power to manifest something greater than what we can do alone. So I'm going to say it as well. I have the ability. No, I deserve. I'm sorry. Because that's like Taurus type joint. I deserve to speak my spiritual truth. I'm even going to say and get paid, because people believe that they can't get paid to go help somebody's soul. Like you're helping somebody's soul pass over into a place of grand authenticity. Why is that not valuable to ask your sister to help support and invest in your business at these lower stages? This is the moon in Cancer. Why do we feel that we can sell this hopefully to a stranger, but we won't sell it to our uncle? If you really believe in your product, let's say tarot, for example, you really believe in the magic and the mysticism and what you can discover that was once unseen through a deck that you put your actual life force energy into and had to build a relationship with, so that you knew when it was off or when it was on, and you practice and hone that ability. Why would you sell this to a stranger, but then you feel like it's not worthy for your mom to invest in that same thing? You feel like you're literally helping and building someone's soul, their whole spirit up. Why would you feel that your own family is not worth your gift? It's your gift. You really believe that you're helping people. So why are the people you care and you love about the most not worthy of your service? And then because you're really starting out and doing this business, you can actually build with them at a lower investment, right? Because then you have the chance to say, wow, like, you know what, like, yeah, the vision I see forward is like, this is going to be worth $3,000, but right now I'm just practicing, but I already think I'm pretty good because I've been practicing, you know. Let me just like charge my family member $20 just to kind of rack up experience. Because Uranus and Taurus is the youth of the family. It's the foundation of the family. You build on something sturdy. So in a sense, your family is as sturdy as it gets. Because this is like 2 to like 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? It's like 2 to 6 years old. So it's like you're building with the ones who really will support you at such an age, at such a young youth and infantile stage, where you are going to make mistakes. You are not going to have the invoices ready for Canva. You're not going to have the links to automatically have somebody book, aka Saturn and Aquarius, which is challenging you to build a progressive system that can actually withstand the amount of clients that you're going to get when it gets to a big scale. I'm so grateful that I was challenged to do these things, and I had to be frustrated through even my Saturn return of like, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do this? When Spirit was just like, Pernell, shut the hell up and do it. And how about you just watch that and believe that I actually know more than you, because I'm your spirit. I don't see physical limitations of this mundane world. We each have a spirit and a soul within us that are just begging us right now to feel just an ounce of the worth that we actually have. This is Uranus and Taurus conjunct, because the Taurus, the sun, can now realize, it can now actually see what we never could prior, because this quantum advancement in our actual molecule system has upgraded our DNA at a molecular level, and has officially said, hey, you human, let me give you an ounce of what you were back on your planet. Ah, starseed, they call you starseeds? What a disrespect. That's as far as this humankind has gone. A starseed. What is a starseed? It sounds like something your ancestors have pulled up on you. And they've said enough is enough. This plane, this reality, this 3D, this third dimension, this physical density, forgive me, it's not a dimension, this physical density, this third density is so fragile and foolish. You were once legendary in this timeline, in this reality, in this dimension, in this past life, on this third density. Uranus and Taurus has officially brought you one of your best gifts, and you now deserve to get paid for your spiritual pursuits, but you must be in integrity, because you will die if you step out of integrity selling a spiritual product. I need you to understand the opposition to Pluto will kill you. Sometimes you wonder like why some of these famous stars just like miraculously died. Well, sometimes they got bopped on a metaphysical plane and it wasn't their fault, because there's some big demons out there. And other times they would go against the integrity of the image, Capricorn, that they've sold to other people as, I'm this great humanitarian. And then Spirit was like, no, you're filthy and you are harboring children underground and sucking their blood dry. You gotta go. Gone. I want you guys to help a brother out and drop some thumbs up if you're new on this. If you really resonate with that message, tell me what you enjoyed the most. I'm gonna check your comments. Yeah. Venus is in Aries. Everybody that is pursuing their gifts, and I mean your most unique gifts. You know what I'm saying? If you love palmistry and you love to read people's zodiacs from their palms, get paid. You deserve it. That's your gift. This is your special ability. Gemini Moon has officially changed how you think and your attitude about these skills. Skills being something you practice. What makes a skill different than a gift is just given to you. It's God-given, right? You're just born with it. You might skip over how good that gift is because you've just had it from birth, so other people will see your gifts. but you won't see it yourself. And I know you feel that because it annoys the hell out of you, right? You're like, wow, why can everybody else see what I can do, but I can't see what I can do? And I know it pissed me off when that time was there for me. I was so angry. I'm like, why? What is everybody seeing me? Why does everybody look at me as if I'm more special than what I know I am? That is done. Uranus and Taurus conjunct the Sun in Taurus has officially allowed you to realize your worth. Now you have to work with Venus and Aries and value the new fresh start. Aries is the new fresh start. It's the curious start. You have to get curious and be willing to push the glass of water over the table and shatter it and realize that right now you're an infant and you can't get in trouble. You have to value the intelligence of an infant to explore and try new things without ever believing that you can fail. And only realizing that a mother or a father will only love that child more because they realize, wow, without me, this kid won't make it. This kid needs me. It is hot as a motherfucking here. Are y'all in here? Am I getting people in their feelings or something? Are y'all getting anxious because you feel this energy so much? Because I'm telling you, it is hot. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm going to turn that fan on. I was cold before I came in here. You see, I came in here with a hoodie. Whew, okay. Let's get some circulation in this bad boy. Jesus. Y'all know I'm an Aries. I can overheat. Yo, I get migraines. Y'all gotta chill out. I'm an Aries. I'm trying to... I saw Sharaka or Secret talk about... I love this tone. Yeah, this tone is helping me to stay cool. I can't be yelling and barking at the amount of content that I have to push out. I have to actually get calmer and calmer. This is actually what's happening. I'm becoming a calmer Aries. This is the evolution of an Aries. And I'm kidding. It's also because, excuse me, my Mars is in Cancer. So Cancer runs my Aries. And this Cancer moon is here. And I had to learn to embrace that. And this was one of the things that has worked well for me because Pluto is in Capricorn. In opposition of who? Cancer and the moon, which means what? I've begun to be able to better understand the consequence of when I don't allow when my Aries, in a sense, wants to act up and push against the mother. Which would technically be Capricorn. In the 10th house, because the 4th house would be the father. And I know that's vice versa, and like a lot of popular thoughts. It kind of works both ways, because the mother can also be Cancer, because it could be the breast that feeds you, and the stomach and the womb that birth you. But that's a different story. Fatima, how you doing? I would like to make you a moderator. Fatima, you are now a moderator for the channel. You and Secret Balance were talking about it. I've seen it multiple times in the chat. So Fatima, thank you very much for all your dedication to the channel, for the people, for being a light in the group. You've done amazing things, for me and for the community, and I want to say thank you. So I don't even know what a moderator can do, if I'm being honest, but whatever that is, I just trust you. What's up, Kaisha? How you doing? Boom. I deserve to speak my spiritual truth and get paid. Bang. I deserve. Bang. What's up, J-Lo, Fatima, Kelly, Secret, Mad Love, dope, Kaisha, dope. Divine Soul Lover 222222. Wow, Team Taurus, love it. I love the burning heart too. That's super cool. So thank you, Fatima. Absolutely. And thank you all for those thumbs ups. Thank you for the 2 of you that had donated. Y'all super dope. If you haven't seen it yet, there's a pinned link up top. I'm hosting an Angel Reiki workshop for the eclipse as an event, along with a meditation. I'm going to help you all close some very big, absolutely demonic, you can't do it yourself, it's just celestial doors. I mean exactly what I said with the same intensity. I'm going to call on Archangel Michael specifically, who is in charge of closing doors. So that's my disclaimer out there. I want to respect if you don't fuck with Archangel Michael. I'm just going to let you know that's what's going to be happening in that event. And understand that I'm only going to be the vessel, so I'm not really using my energy. Michael will work through me. But I have a feeling that because this is Scorpio, there's lunar eclipses in Scorpio, I'm going to have to call on a lot more people than Archangel Michael. We're going to all be protected. But I got a feeling that this is one of the reasons why I've been called to sit down for so long and rest. Because I'm like, there's something big has to be happening, because God doesn't sit me down so long. Like, it's like, But I think it's because this Scorpio lunar eclipse is actually going to really require me to have to call on some of my guides that I have not waken up in a long time, because it just wasn't necessary until something like this, where I collectively help people karmically close different doors where they've been cracked open and somebody put their foot in there, and you've been just allowing demons to fucking just keep walking through on you. You've been allowing interdimensional spirits who do not have your best interest to just keep walking in on you. You've been allowing contracts that have actually already previously dissolved but have some awkward remnants in some doppelganger format and a complete alternate reality, and they're like, I'm not going with my doppel. And they're just walking in on you. And we're going to close these doors. I want to have you all just upright in your posture real quick. I know many of you are slouching. It's okay. I was too. I want to have you, with your hand, you can actually tap your jaw and allow all the tension in the jaw to just release. If your teeth are clenching, go ahead and tap on that third eye as well. And one of the simple things that you can do, and I do not recommend you keep it this way, but you can just say, open. And with the mind's eye, the fusion of the masculine and feminine within you, you could bring them together and really open the mind's eye. Grant and given that your lower chakras are already intact, because if they're not, I don't recommend it very much, to be honest. But if you know that those lower chakras are intact and you've been working and healing with your heart, understand that those are very important before you start accessing this throat, this third eye, and this crown. And now I'll say something like, close. Now the reason I say I won't recommend you keep it open very long, or at least without being mindful, is so that you don't forget. Because if you don't close that again, you're going to continue to use your spiritual energy and you won't know why you're drained. And it's like you just left the battery running, bro. You got to turn the lights off when you leave the house, or you're going to run up your current and your bill. You'll run up your spiritual current. We need to understand that with Uranus and Taurus, we have multiplied our spiritual powers and what we can do in our physical body with those spiritual powers and imagination and manifestation abilities so much. We've done it so much that you can't ever, myself, no one on the planet can ever understand how much of a quantum leap you just took. This is why Venus in Aries is here and why Jupiter in Aries is going to help you out. Why? Because those two transits in Aries as a personality does what? It just goes forward. Fiery, instinctually, with passion and enthusiasm. It just goes forward. It's not considering the consequences, much like an infant. So it explores new things. It explores itself. It explores its power. It explores its ability to reign like a baby king who knows no enemy that can defeat it. You push that baby over, it stands back up like nothing happened. That baby falls on the ground, it scrapes his hand and his knees, it cries, and it just keeps on running. We have to move like that right now in this expansion of our abilities and our skills and the attitude that we've integrated once the moon just passed out of Gemini. We have to actually take these things and realize that you just don't know it all. Once again, you have to always be willing to fail and realize that failure and the word fail and all these motivational tapes you listen to have been a big wide-scale media. It's a wide-scale spell. I cast a spell on you and now you're mine. Wow, I don't know if anybody else caught that. Did you hear that? This is what I'm talking about. See, I don't even know if that actually came on screen or not. Again, and it doesn't matter. But a shadow just shifted by me as I said that. I cast a spell on you, and now you're mine. Cancer Moon has the ability to see the privacy of those shadows. It doesn't necessarily want to go that deep because it's still a 16-year-old little girl, and it's like she's not really trying to have nightmares unless her boyfriend is sleeping with her, right? And she can have something that she can feel safe and cuddle onto. So you have to understand what that is for you. Maybe it's a crystal. Got a whole bag of them. I just kept them packed up. To be honest, wow, this one just called me. I'm going to work with this smoky quartz. This one is super powerful. And I'm going to work with my... No. Okay, yes, I'm going to work with the pyrite. Okay. That actually feels great. I had to ground a little bit. 9:11 o'clock. Michael, I told it. I called it. Thank you all for those thumbs up. If you didn't smash that like button, go ahead and do it now. Yo, I know for a fact that one of the reasons I had to rest so long, the retreat for me was obvious. I know I'm running a retreat with Peace Dealer out in Mexico. That's obvious. But there's something more intermediate. And this Scorpio eclipse, this lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Scorpio is the only one that actually... See, Pisces has the ability to go way more into the depths than Scorpio. But it doesn't have the design to do so. It doesn't want to. It already knows that there's big demons. It's ethereal. It already knows there's big things out there. But Pisces just has the best ability and defense to run. A fish can only run. If you have an ocean, the majority of fish in the ocean, if I dropped an avalanche of rocks into the ocean and those rocks hit the surface, the watery senses of the fish will go, run deeper, and it'll get away from the attack. Or it'll Pisces, it'll literally just disappear. It'll just be like different dimension, different reality. It's like, so it sees all those threats, but it doesn't deal with them. Scorpio deals with them. Scorpio is a warrior. Pisces is not a warrior. Pisces is a lover. And it's a passive warrior and aggression, where it understands the surroundings of everything so well that it knows exactly how to make you tick. And y'all keep thinking Pisces is soft and sweet. Pisces is the most vicious, quite frankly, in its own ways. But that's a different story I won't go into. Obsidiana. Yeah, so I got the obsidian on my chest right now. I got this piece from an ancestor, actually, in Mexico. He was a Native American. He was Mexican, but I saw him. I saw the real him. He was from the Blackfoot tribe. I believe in the middle of the U.S. was the Blackfoot tribe, and he symbolized a man. There's a man in the Blackfoot tribe that used to carry a snake around with him. It used to be always wrapped in his body, kind of like I just did here, where maybe you didn't even notice was here. The snake would just be wrapped around his entire body. And this man gave it to me, along with a piece that I'm not going to show you because my guys just said don't show them, so I'm not going to show you. Okay. It was pretty quick. They were like, don't you dare show them. Gemini moon. I do not have a Gemini moon. I have an Aries moon. I claim stability and upgrade over my entire life. Divine soul lover, yes. See what I'm saying? Way to lead the pack. I want everybody else to drop that again as a group. Just as a group. I claim stability and upgrade over my entire life. Bam. And she dropped the evil eye in that joint. Yes. Claim it. Okay, I'm going to give you a wrap up because I actually have a client meet in the morning and this one's in person. So I'm going to give you the wrap up on this transit. And I'm boxing tomorrow. Yes, I love boxing. Thank you all. If you haven't hit it for the likes up, I'm going to give you a wrap-up message on the Sun conjuncting Uranus because now it's actually starting to leave out. It's actually in 15 degrees, which is why I'm actually ready and comfortable to talk about it, because at 14 degrees, kind of like it's still, in a sense, lazy enough where it needs to take the time for itself, right, to love itself. This is why Taurus is so stable. Taurus loves itself. Taurus knows how to be sensual with itself. Taurus understands what it deserves and it doesn't need to share anything or its wealth. Ooh, word vomit I'm spitting out, call it out. Yes. That is a stunning obsidian necklace. Thank you. Yeah, one of my ancestors gave this to me in Mexico. Just like, I just got here like 3 days ago to the States and he gave this to me just like 7 days ago. He was the most mystical man. Like, he made me so happy that day. I made him so happy that day. And I told him, I was like, and I couldn't even speak Spanish to the level and the extent of what I wanted to tell him. But I know it could be energetically felt. I think he might have had something blocking his Neptune, but that's a different story. Yeah, he was Native American. I actually met him, I believe, as well on a Cancer moon like today. And you're the first person to ever talk about or see this stone on a Cancer moon like today. It was either that or it was Capricorn. And that whole day, like I actually watched an entire angelic battle. First time in my life. My angels. It also really could have been my dragons. I don't really know, if I'm being honest. I don't know, but it was 1 to 2. I'm pretty sure. And that's what I wanted to say about this. You're starting to understand and become way more receptive to the fact that you have a tremendous supporting cast on the invisible field. Okay? Everything 12th house. You have things protecting you from so many realities and timelines and dimensions all at the same time. What's important right now is with Mars and Pisces is you really should pray. I can't lie to you, like what's been the most transformative for my life has been prayer. And it's probably something that I have denied of my ancestors for so long. Uranus and Taurus has allowed me to connect rapidly with the foundation of my family. Now my family is obviously not from Earth. But through the vessels of what I've been given on Earth as a family, they reveal certain qualities, certain abilities, certain skills, certain techniques that help me recall. And this is why what is happening with this part of this upgrade is we having to stop reject our family members to such a brutal extent. We as humans are so unforgiving. We're like, yo, your mom had you at 17 years old and she didn't know what the fuck she was doing. Okay, she didn't do the best of your expectation. Great, how long are you gonna hound her? Like, give her a break. Okay, your dad got scared and he ran away when he had a child out of wedlock, and he hates himself for the rest of his life, and you hate him too, so he can't even come back. He can't even make amends. My point is, a transit like this is allowing us to realize the importance of the foundation, where you don't have to like and love everybody. You don't even have to really talk to them, but to reject them, you only put yourself in detriment. You only put yourself at a lack of your ancestral upgrade. This is the type of transit that reminds us of this. This is the type of transit that reminds us of this. There's a celestial upgrade that is happening right now. And because of Pisces, okay, currently Mars and Jupiter expanding our consciousness so much. It's right now at the 28th degree, which is what? Cancer moon. Boom. This is the expansion of your family's abilities. What they laid down as a foundation, a brick, is way more valuable than you've given credit for. But as long as you continue to be so harsh and just cruel being in this particular moment the definition of you not allowing unconditional love into your heart or your body, is holding you back. Wow. I got my whole squad with me right now. That's not a threat. It wasn't a threat. It was my ancestors. They're chilling with me right now. They've been with me all day. They've actually been showing me that they've been with me, and they've been telling me through the number 8 specifically. They're like, look, like you know, our resource that we're sharing with you, because I have a Cancer 8th house past life. So my South Node is Cancer 8th house. My vertex is Cancer 8th house. My Mars is Cancer 8th house. So it's like, it's part of my action and how the ways I assert myself to see the unseen, to feel the emotions, okay, of the unconscious. Literally, to feel the emotions of those that I come across that are unconscious, even through the internet. Why? Because Uranus and Taurus has upgraded what our body can do. We can all feel through the internet. You don't believe me? You can feel sensations, vibrations. The scientists didn't necessarily lie to you. As long as, and I was a scientist, and I used to demonize them for all of their stupidity. I'm like, ladies, gentlemen, scientists, what are we doing? Why are we lying to the people? Why are we telling them we can't cure cancer? Why are we telling them that they could eat dairy and they're going to be okay? Why are we telling them all the things that we know are harming them? And as long as I was scrutinizing and rejecting even my fellow peers as scientists in that time frame of my life, what was I doing? I wasn't leading by just bitching and moaning and complaining, by catching a tantrum. Literally, Aries, hello. By catching a tantrum and just saying, I'm going to find my own way, which is what I did. And that's why I actually first left the United States to go find out more holistic practices. I wanted to go to Asia. I was like, I didn't know what it was, but I was like, I felt like Asia had answers for me. And the answers that Asia gave me, it wasn't some magical potion or some shit like that. It was like, be mindful, Pernell. Wow, really? That's it? That's my superpower, mindfulness. But little did I know that mindfulness allowed me to embrace what? Cancer, my sensitivities. But I had to stop rejecting sensitivity as a ailment. And I want to go back to that ailment. Somebody remind me. Somebody say ailment, because I'm gonna go off on a tangent and it's gonna get me jacked up. Cancer, the belly, the gut. One of these abilities that I've recognized, when I digest an unconscious emotion, something that once was unconscious, okay, 8th house, through my belly, that digestion will then usually give me signals through either burping. I haven't had anything really with my breast. I think this is more for females, if I'm being honest. My breasts don't really tingle, but this would naturally be a Cancer thing too. My breasts don't be doing nothing. But my stomach, my gut, which is where males hold the majority of their weight, okay? If we ever get fat, this is why we go apples and pears. Women are pears, they gain it on the hips, males in the gut. So that Cancer for me, Mars in Cancer, when I digest unconscious emotions and I go through another version and level of healing, because my Chiron is in Cancer, 8th house as well. So it's like there's wounds that I've received somehow, some way from my ancestors that have allowed me to basically, or that have prompted me in a sense to basically fall victim, play victim, Pisces energy in the sky, play victim, in the way where I rejected certain ancestral DNA that has not allowed me to upgrade and gain my more spiritual power, quote unquote, my invisible power, my hidden support, to allow me to sacrifice certain levels of just stupidity. One of the things I've recognized for anybody that might be listening, Cancer 8th house, is like the gut, or even just Cancer, your gut. I found they will allow it to oftentimes burp. I'll burp. But what I also have found for whoever watches the video when the time comes, because this is Cancer moon, that you have to also have an escape point. So like right now, my windows are open. If they were closed, I have to consider what is that escape point. Right now, I wouldn't have anything else if that was it. And I found that it's important to, as a part of that digestion, not allow it to bounce back and come back energetically onto you. It kind of works like a mirror or something. So I kind of more so send it back to nature. And we have to understand elemental magic. And I'm going to have more and more Brujas that's going to come on my channel and teach us more and more elemental magic. It's been game changer, where I can call on the wind from the fan, which has created a current, and I can tell that wind in the process of me going, get it out. Keep my window cracked. See, there you go. This is very eye-opening and different on a spiritual level, while someone trying hard to really, yeah. All of that noise is done. All of these, I've had some shamans call them hippies. All this hippie version and level of spirituality, I've met them all over the world. And what I had to learn for myself is to also not judge them so critically. Because I won't lie, some of them really hurt my feelings. You know, while traveling, there's a certain naivety that comes with Aries. And it was also so much different than, you know, the roots back home. Where it's like, at least they were even entertaining spirituality in some sense. Like, 'cause back home, it's like, eat your ham hocks and your yams. Thank you, everything, Wok. I know, the follower, yo, today was wild. Uranus and Taurus. Just bumped my followers up. It just passed over 2K. Just awkward, random. The Scorpio rising video just blew up. And all I had to do was what? Be honest and authentic about my dream. Literally, look. Keep the dream journal by the bed. Had a dream. I married my ex-wife. I'll drop a video. While that video was about to premiere, and then I'm going somewhere with this story, so I had another Jupiter in Aries video, which I think was really dope. I was high energy on it. I wanted to keep going. I wanted to give all the rest of the 6 reports. You all have a forecast of how Jupiter in Aries will affect you in particular. I only have the forecast out for that from Aries to Virgo. But if your rising sign is Aries or Virgo, I would even go as far as to say as your sun/moon, primarily sun. But prioritize your rising sign. And I feel like I don't say this enough, and I want you to start applying your progressed rising sign. When you check reports, check your solar return. So like right now, like I'm a Scorpio rising, yes, but currently I'm a Gemini rising. Because my birthday this year, for the next year, I'm a Gemini rising. So those reports matter. Now, here's a prime example. Gemini rising for Jupiter is going to go through 11th house. Jupiter's not even here yet until May 10th. But I got a glimpse of it with this conjunction in Uranus. And all in the same day. Subscribers jump up. Great. Today is the first day I have the option where people can actually donate on the channel. As you see here, this is the first day I got surprised. So thank you guys for doing that. Dope. Three people booked an astral therapy session. Super dope. There was no lag in payment. They just paid right away. Worthy Taurus, because the systems Saturn and Aquarius were just built to allow me to actually handle the progression, the systems. Okay, Aquarius, no, both, because Aquarius is traditionally ruled in Saturn. So Saturn required me to be disciplined to create certain systems, to have my links, my information, my outlets ready, where even before I was able to you were able to donate here on YouTube's platform itself, people were just sending donations to Cash App or PayPal or Zelle. And these are the things that Saturn Aquarius will require us, depending on where you're at in your return or not. So I would say if you're either in your return or less than the return, or even coming up on your second return, it's requiring us to update our systems so that we can actually sustain what's required for humanity to evolve. To evolve in what the cosmic intelligence tells us, the direction that we're going. Direction, masculine energy, Aquarius. Aquarius is a masculine energy, which means what? It has a very clear and intelligent mind. Futuristic and progressive knowledge about what needs to happen. Where we need to go. What is the purpose and the direction. And it loves to be in Saturn. It makes sure it stays on your ass. So this King Kunks is making sure that as it stays on our ass, that we are actually prepared to take in the worth, the resources, the monetary gains, the luscious and delicious gains. Thank you for whoever that is that just took on the Lunar Eclipse meditation and the Angel Reiki session. I almost forgot about it. Like I just made that out today. I'm happy I did. Oh shit, damn, I didn't realize solar return chart is something in itself. I'm a Pisces rising. Okay, so Fatima, you saying that right there. We need to build digital real estate. Yup. Secret. I'm working on that. I'm working on that. That's one of my special abilities and skills on the back end that I just kind of forgotten about. Like you know what's crazy about crypto? I was living in Asia when that junk was blowing and nobody in America knew about it. And I was highly skeptical about it because, you know, I'm a Scorpio rising. So when it comes to investments, I'm suspicious, right? Like, it's like, what is this new thing? Fixed sign. What's this new thing pulling up? I don't know what that new thing is. It looked real good. To be honest, I could tell that it's going to hit, but Somebody else got to take the hit before me, which worked out well either way, because now those same people that I met in Asia, you know, I paid to be in a community. I'm paid to be in a group where they dish the information out. Okay, Aquarius, groups, 8th house Scorpio, investment in what I invest. As a Scorpio rising, I invest in what? Groups. But when a Scorpio invests in something, there's a return. Even if energetic, and especially if energetic. Because primarily people think that like it's all about money. Like, no, it's like it's an energetic and spiritual investment in someone else's soul, someone else's spirit. Also, part of that investment is in someone else's unconscious behaviors and patterns, because even if it's unconscious for them, part of the reward for the Scorpio, wherever Scorpio sits in your chart, part of the reward for the Scorpio is by us aiding in their more unconscious habits of what they don't know, but we can see very clear as day. We energetically get rewarded, because what does it do? It generally will cause, thank you, somebody else that just got into the event. It generally will cause what? An exchange. Scorpio is a very karmic sign. 8th house is a very karmic house. It's an exchange. You can't fool energy. You can't trick energy. And Uranus and Taurus conjunct, the sun in Taurus is now allowing us to actually see the worth and the value of what we have. As for our skills, abilities, and talents. Quantum. Fatima, you say you're a Pisces rising? I know enough backdoor to know that you telling me that now, it's game changer. If you are a Pisces and you're rising into it, I just came off of a Pisces rising this past year, and what I can tell you is divine blessings. I literally just float around the world like a fairy. But within that, you have to understand certain Pisces, 4 degrees. I think I'm 16 degrees. I think I have a 16-degree Pisces right now. My birthday just passed in April, so I have 3 Pisces planets. And what I can tell you is, it's like, you have to believe. This is what Jupiter in Pisces right now, Neptune in Pisces right now. You have to believe in the imagination that has formed. Otherwise, it will not come into this physical reality. You will essentially skip your quantum leap into the body. Taurus. For those of you listening, just understand this when it comes about physical, tangible money. It's not created because you work hard in the physical world. It's created because you rest. You sacrifice the grind. You sacrifice the things and the resources that you once prior had. You just let them go. And as in you let them go, you understand that 12th house, spirit, okay, that surrender, has something where you have to let go of 21 things just to get one thing that spirit's trying to give you. But that one $100 bill is worth more than 21 ones. Actually, it's 5 times the amount, plus or minus a little. Do you understand what just happened? This is what Uranus and Taurus is doing. As long as you sit there and you think of the things that are happening in your life as loss. Oh my God, I lost. I remember I said this one time. I was like fucking whining and moaning. And I never really do this. But that's how I knew I was hurt. When my last relationship failed. And I was like, oh man, I just lost my home. I lost this investment. And I lost my girl. And I lost my clientele. The one that really I'm talking about right in this moment is like, I lost my girl. It's like, did you lose your girl? No, bro. She was taking up space that you had to lose that, and that. Maybe just to get the one girl. Maybe just to get the one new practice that changes my entire life. Uranus and Taurus will rapidly take things from you and will test your faith. Pisces is faith. Mars and Pisces, you asserting your faith in the divine. It will test you to see, does this person have the mindset that, oh, Spirit's trying to break me? It's like, no. Spirit's trying to build you. In fact, it's not even trying to build you. It just is building you. Even when no loss or reward is gained, it's still building you. It's always present. And this notion that you have to do something specific it has to go. I believe. Yeah, that's it. You just have to believe. But it's also not that simple, because Venus is now in Pisces. We have to value action. I don't want to like skip this part. We have to value action. We have to get prepared to value action. Why? Because then Jupiter will go there. And now when Jupiter goes there, right now it's at 3rd degree. So right now we're talking about what the action looks like. 3rd degree in Pisces and Venus and Aries, 3rd degrees right now. Is it touching anybody? Nope. It's just squaring with the moon. Yeah. So we have to basically talk right now about what the action, what the new project looks like moving forward, and surrender to what our intuition has told us. Because the moon is 12 degrees. 12 degrees is surrender, sacrifice, the old emotional body, the old emotional baggage, right? Which is coming through as well. What? What is that also coming through? That's also coming through the items, Uranus and Taurus, why it's taking things from you. Because you have this letter from your girlfriend or your boyfriend I got a box. This is my family's home right now, right? I got a box from all time of every birthday note that every grandparent, every fucking, lover or crush or whoever has given me letters all throughout my life. I have an entire box of all of them. Never got rid of them. Real life Scorpio. Now, I make this point because what? Those are also resources that energetically have what? Spells all attached to them. There's an emotional baggage involved. Uranus and Taurus is really one of the things that it prompted me, my intuition, me surrendering to what my emotions and my intuition had said. When I was taking a shower this morning, I had the candles going. And the steam was forming, and it basically told me I have to dissolve those letters. At or before the lunar eclipse, I need to take the fire pit that's in my garage right now. I need to light that bad girl up. I need to throw all letters in there, including the ones from everybody. I need to burn them. And my intuition, my spirit has told me, yeah, you got some good things in there. Yeah, you might love to read them, but it's time to let it go. Don't even begin to stress your consciousness and your subconscious mind to repattern into these old patterns that have been dead long ago. We've been killed them. We're just making sure you know now. We're making sure we upgrade you. This is what this Uranus transit is doing. We're just making sure now you know. We know as your guides. We know as your soul. We know as your spirit. But we're making sure you as a human know that all this emotional baggage that's been held in the items, if let's just say, my teacher gave this to me. Let's say my mentor gave this to me and my mentor burned me. My mentor took my money and didn't finish up all my sessions, but I paid for it. So I felt burned, but I'm still wearing it because I like it. Because it brings me pleasure. Right now, this eclipse is requiring us, and this Uranus and Taurus is taking from us so that we actually choose peace over pleasure. We choose harmony over the extremes. Taurus, Scorpio, Taurus, Scorpio. We're letting go of the private parts of what has once brought us pleasure, including in the form of items, possessions, and hedonistic adventures. Okay? All the extremes of that, party, sex, drugs, all of it. Just unconsciously just giving away your soul and your life force energy in these meaningless relationships. It's requiring us to trade that for peace, harmony, and stability. But now you're ready. And this is what this Uranus in transit, now you know you deserve it. And this is what this Uranus in transit looks like. If you're still on here, I want you to just like this, thumbs up. I do officially need to go to sleep because my head is hot. I be overheating, yo. This Aries junk is no joke. Like I need to get in an ice bath, just put my head. When I was working in the serving bartending industry, sometimes I used to just go into those cold freezers in the middle of my shift and I was just sitting there. People walk up in the freezer like, what are you doing? Eating tiramisu. All right, I'm out. I am going to do a part 2 to Jupiter in Aries. I just want to shoot that out there. I want to do it today, but this transit was already here. It's now. It's active. It's live. So I did that right away. I'm going to give you the shareable link just in case you are bored. Let me type Jupiter in Aries part 1. And then thank you Sharaka and Fatima for really bringing up the idea of having moderators. Really, you're the only two that even are mind about that. I want to say thank you. And as well, in the pinned comment up on this live chat, or in the description if you're watching on replay, you will see the Angel Reiki that I'm going to be hosting, calling specifically through a meditation. Archangel Michael will be some movement. I mean, I'm a movement guy. I'm big on moving energy, okay, out of the body. Our demons really hate sound. Have you ever noticed that? Demons hate sound. Evil spirits hate sounds. They're like the frequency just jacks them up. It helps them get out. I've done some amazing exorcisms with sound being my savior. As the exorcist in certain moments, it's like, oh, thank God I had that sound. They hate sound. I've lost a lot of good jewelry that used to make sound, like stuff. I used to do stuff like this, but I had these other bracelets that had elephants on them, but it already has shattered on one of these demons. I don't know what that thing was. It wasn't that big. This other heart one though, this heart chakra, interdimensional joint, that junk was evil. That is to this day one of the weird ones. I'm not down for that one. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just talking to myself now. Okay. I just love it so much. I just love this so much. And I want you to love it for yourself. Not the platform, but the inspiration for you to go and build your own. That's primarily what I want you to love so much. Like, of course I want you to love the platform, but I don't want you to love this platform more than you love your own platform. And I really want to help guide people to get there. Like, I feel like this is definitely the today call. Because I know when a male is required to sit in isolation and have no mission and to have no purpose that's immediately active, oftentimes it's because God is filling in a new purpose and a new direction of where to lead the herd. And I say that with no disrespect. So I say that in a sense where one of the calls that has come to me very clearly is that, like, we need our men to get back in the helm and lead our women. And a lot of the people on this channel are women. So I'm going to do my best to continue to do that. And in the meanwhile, I've been noticing a rise of men in this space. And I'm going to do my best to get them involved. I also want to try to find ways to just group with just men. I've done it multiple times in my life, but I need to do it again now in this more spiritual space, quote unquote. So that we can get our witches and our quandrers and our healers and our brujas and our mothers back in shape. Because we need you. Men need women. And women need men. And we both need to stop playing like it's anything different. Jesus, am I that blind? Okay, maybe I'm just that tired. Okay, time to go.